Ok, hello para los que no están. Hello, good morning. Bueno, como le estaba diciendo a los chicos, vamos a arrancar hoy con un listening video, ¿sí? Em, Así que primero vamos a ver el video, ¿sí? Vamos a ver solamente el video y después vamos a hacer las actividades. Déjenme que comparto pantalla acá un ratito, porque este libro, no sé si ustedes lo tienen. Bueno, ¿pueden ver ahí en el Meet el librito que estoy compartiendo?
Yes.
Yes. Bueno, acá, miren, esta es la parte de in the street que les decía yo. Ya lo hemos hecho antes a este tipo de ejercicio. Em, bueno, como les dije, son personas a las que se entrevista en la calle y se le preguntan diferentes cosas. ¿Eh? Em, y bueno, who can read the title and the instruction?
Okay. Can you understand these people? Exercise force in the street. Watch or listen to 5 people and answer the questions.
Very good. So, these are the people: Stacy, Heba, Ruth, Ben, and Nick. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have sentences, okay, with multiple choice. The first is about Stacy. Stacy thinks that happiness is having, and then the options you can see, okay. Then we have Heba. Yes, something about Heba. If Ruth has a relationship problem, she talks to, okay. Ben, sorry, thinks people who have problems sleeping should, these options. Nick thinks that Americans are bad at learning languages because, okay? Good. So, now let's move on to the video. Yes, I will share. Am I frozen for you? Let me just. Well, now let's look at the video alone. Okay.
What's your idea of happiness?
Happiness is having just enough money to live by and have enough, and having people that love you, having a family.
What foreign languages do you speak?
I speak Arabic and French, a little bit of French.
How well do you speak them?
I'm very fluent in Arabic and not as fluent in French.
If you have a problem, who do you ask for advice? Friends or family?
It depends what sort of problem it is. Quite often I would ask my mum for advice, but if it's a problem about maybe relationships or something, I'd probably ask my friends.
What advice would you give someone who can't sleep at night?
I would say that they should probably cut down on caffeine, or perhaps they are suffering from stress at work, so they should try and reduce their stress.
Do you think Americans are bad at language learning?
Americans, I think they're not as good at learning languages as people in Europe.
Why?
Sometimes I think Americans aren't as interested in learning other languages as foreigners are.
Okay. What did you think of the video? The way they spoke, what they said. Did you listen well?
Yes, I think every person who talked has had a different accent,
Hmm. Yes.
and maybe they are come from different countries, but living in Europe.
Right. Good. Um, was it difficult to understand some of them for you or not?
Uh, yes, it was. One of them was difficult to understand.
Okay. Good.
I think I don't remember the name, but I think it was the third one.
Okay. What about the rest, girls?
In my opinion, is the first girl. I don't remember this her name. Sorry. uh, I understand, but other person, so I don't
Okay.
understand very well. I guess uh, uh, es como debe ser, ¿cómo se dice, teacher? How can I say? Debe ser por su tonada. ¿Cómo puede ser?
It must be.
Was
¿Y
be
cómo decíamos esa tonada que
pitch
tienen? The pitch or the intonation,
internet.
the intonation, the accent. Okay.
For me, the accent more clear is the London.
Okay.
Uh,
What about
because
American accent? Do you like
um,
American accent?
uh, the American is, for example, the number 20, American
Mhm.
20, and the
Okay.
London is 20.
Right.
Uh,
So for you, that's
yeah,
easier or hard to understand?
for me, understand best London accent
Mm.
because
So
for
for you,
me it's more clear.
yes, you're right. Good. Yes, the thing is that sometimes it happens in both accents. Okay. Sometimes Americans, North Americans, have a way of speaking that they skip, they take out letters from the words, and sometimes you don't know what word it word it is because of the missing letter. Okay, only in pronunciation. Okay, they pronounce, as Estela said, some words without some sounds. Okay. On the other hand, uh, British English, okay, is a bit different, especially in London. Um, they tend to speak like respecting every letter, but it's not always the case. Okay, sometimes they speak letters too. They add sounds. It depends on many things. Okay, many things may change uh, the accent. But yes, it can be easier to for you to understand British English because of studying English. Because when we study English, generally, which accent do we study? American accent? Do we study English uh, in American accent?
We're
We
studying the London, the accent London.
Yeah. Good. We
With
study
the
with
listening the London the video and audio London.
Right. Everything is in British English. Okay. Sorry, Sol, I think you're a bit broken. Or
low. That's why I put my earphones on.
Como puede ser mi internet.
Probably yes. Okay. Well, now let's move on to the activities. Yes. I will show you just the activities, and we will listen to the video. Okay, we won't watch the video. We will read the activities, unless you want to watch the video again. Tell me, do you want to watch the video again, or go to the activities?
Go to the activities for me, but
Okay. What do you think, Estela, Sol?
The activities.
Okay, the activities.
Bueno, no, cualquier cosa.
because we're going to listen again.
Claro, vamos a escuchar, y aparte tienen arriba las imágenes con los nombres de las personas. ¿Sí? Así que no es que se van a estar absolutamente perdidos. A ver. Así que por mayoría ganó el ir a las activities. Okay. Can you see? Yes. Look.
Yes.
We have 5 people. Stacy, Heba, Ruth, Ben, and Nick. Okay. We have seen them in the video. Wait, am I recording? Yes, I am. We have seen them in the video. So now we will listen, yes, to these people while we read the sentences and look at their faces only. Let me just because I have to share the whole screen for this. Okay, so we will listen this in the background, listen to this in the background, and do the activities. Can you hear?
No.
No? Okay. It's not working. It's not
What's
working the
your
way I
idea?
expected it. So, I will do this. Let's give it a try. No. Yeah.
Teacher, you have Windows 10 on your computer?
Yes.
Why don't try? Well, I don't know. Divide the screen.
Okay.
You know how to do it?
Yes. Like you mean opening different windows?
Yes. I don't know if it's going to work, but.
But the thing is that vamos a hacerlo en español para que. Recording again. So remember, pay attention to the people and the sentences. Yes.
What's your idea of happiness?
Happiness is having just enough money to live by and have enough, and having people that love you, having a family.
What foreign languages do you speak?
I speak Arabic and French, a little bit of French.
How well do you speak them?
I'm very fluent in Arabic and not as fluent in French.
Oh.
If you have a problem, who do you ask for advice? Friends or family?
It depends what sort of problem it is. Quite often I would ask my mum for advice, but if it's a problem about maybe relationships or something, I'd probably ask my friends.
What advice would you give someone who can't sleep at night?
I would say that they should probably cut down on caffeine, or perhaps they are suffering from stress at work, so they should try and reduce their stress.
Okay. Wait.
Do you think Americans are bad at language learning?
Americans, I think they're not as good at learning languages as people in Europe.
Why?
Sometimes I think Americans aren't as interested in learning other languages as foreigners are.
Okay. So, could you do some of the activities?
Yes.
Yes. Well, do you want to listen again and revise the activities, or you're ready? Everyone, yeah?
I'm ready.
Uh-huh. Girls? You ready?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So, now I will only share the PDF, okay? And tell me if you can't see something I'm sharing, okay? Okay. So, these are the 5 people. Let's look at number 1. Who can start with number 1?
I read, teacher.
Okay.
Stacy thinks that happiness is having a lot of money and close family.
Okay, good. What do you think, Joella and Sol?
I agree with Stella.
Mm-hmm. Sol?
Yes, me too.
You too? Okay. Let's check. No, you're not hearing that, right? You didn't hear anything.
Yes.
Huh? No, but now, right now.
Right now.
No? I'll share the screen again, just for a check, okay?
What's your idea of happiness?
Happiness is having just enough money to live by and have enough, and having people that love you, having a family.
Okay. So you said B, a lot of money and a close family, right? All of you agree on that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe C.
Why?
Yes.
Because she said she wants to have people that love her, and think friends and family.
But first she said something else.
Enough money.
Just enough money to live by. You know? Just enough money to live by is like having the right amount of money, only the money you need, you know, and to live by, okay, to live every day basically. Yes, that's what she considers happiness. Okay, now so the right answer here is C, okay?
C.
Which one is for writing here? I don't know. Sorry, Estela?
No, that is okay.
Okay, so now number 2, Heba. Who can read number 2?
Have a speaks Arabic well and a little French.
It says Arabic here, okay? Only it's a bit
Arabic.
Arabic. So you said C, Joel?
Yes.
Do you agree, girls?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's check.
What foreign languages do you speak?
I speak Arabic and French, a little bit of French.
How well do you speak them?
I'm very fluent in Arabic and not as fluent in French.
Okay, so yes, I'm very fluent in Arabic and not so fluent in French. So it's basically the same. Do you know the meaning of fluent?
Yes.
Yes.
What is it? What is fluent?
When you use in a correct way the language to speak, for example, maybe you don't stop to or have doubt to do some words.
Good. So you don't stutter so much. You don't stutter. You know, you can connect words. Okay. You may have mistakes. You may, yes, say some things the wrong way, but the important thing when you're fluent is that you can communicate effectively in a good pace, you know, without stuttering, without stopping every so often. So, good. The correct option here is C again. Okay. Now number 3, Sol. I think you're left.
Okay. If Ruth has relationship problems, she talks to her friends.
Her friends. Okay. What do you think, guys? Joel and Estela.
I agree with Sol.
You agree with Sol? Estela?
I agree with Sol.
Okay. So, let's check again. Yes? Sorry I'm going back and forth, but we have to check.
If you have a problem, who do you ask for advice? Friends or family?
It depends what sort of problem it is. Quite often I would ask my mum for advice, but if it's a problem about maybe relationships or something, I'd probably ask my friends.
Okay. So, if Ruth has relationship problems, she talks to, you said, A, right, Sol?
Yes.
So yes, this is the correct option, okay? But does she sometimes speak to her mother too or not?
Yes.
But
she prefers talk with her friends when have relationship problems.
Okay, she prefers.
But in other cases, she prefers talk to her mother.
Okay, very good. She prefers talking. Okay. Remember when we have like or dislike verbs of preference.
Yes,
ing, the gerund, okay, plus ing plus gerund. For example, I like swimming. I don't like talking to strangers. I don't know. Anything. Good. Now, number 4. We have been. Now I think it's Joel's turn. Or anyone, okay? Joel?
When things people who have problems sleeping should drink less coffee and try to relax more.
Good. Drink less coffee and try to relax more. Good. Let's check. Este me dio un poquito de gracia.
What advice would you give someone who can't sleep at night?
I would say that they should probably cut down on caffeine, or perhaps they are suffering from stress at work, so they should try and reduce their stress.
Primero me da gracia como habla, y otra que dice, bueno, si tenés estrés, no tengas estrés, básicamente te dice. Muy perspicaz su respuesta. So, what do you think? Is it C?
Yes,
Yes.
because he said that you have to cut down the coffee and do something that maybe could reduce the stress.
The stress. Good. But does it say coffee like such, or does it say something else? I don't think. Caffeine.
Caffeine.
Caffeine, like that. Yes. He says caffeine. Yes, because sometimes if you I don't know, drink coffee or mate or a soda late at night, then you may have troubles getting some sleep. Okay, this is a good expression too for you to get some sleep. It's useful. Okay, to get some sleep. So tell me, what do you do? Have you ever feel very, very stressed out?
Yeah, maybe doing exercise
Mhm.
helps to
Mhm.
reduce stress.
Right.
So I am between A and C.
So if you're stressed, don't be stressed, or do exercise.
Exactly.
Good. Joel, what do you think?
Yes, I maybe not going to cut down the caffeine, but I could say that I'm going to add the doing exercise because I suffer stress, and doing exercise give me a solution.
Right. Good. And what about you, Stella?
For me, the exercise is no sé cómo decir, primordial. Siempre quiero decir palabras.
The most important. The most important.
It's very important because it's como cable a tierra. No sé cómo decir.
Okay. Yes, it's a way of relaxing. Look for other words. And anytime you don't know how to.
And the exercise is good for the mind and the body and for all.
Everything. Yes, you're right. Very good. The other day, actually, I've been told this many times. But the headmistress of one of my jobs told me, why don't you try yoga? Why don't you try these audios, long audios with relaxing music and I don't know, some people talking in the background? That's what the piece of advice she gave me. She also told me, why don't you meditate? Okay, when you're at home.
Yes.
What do you think of these alternatives?
I heard a lot of that discipline, but I'm I don't know how to say. a stressful person, I could say. I cannot just stay in a place doing something, nothing, or
Okay, not doing
yes,
anything.
yes.
So,
I think it's going to be difficult doing that for me, but I didn't try.
uh-huh.
Never. I never didn't try.
I never tried it.
Never try. I never try it. Yes. Sorry.
You're okay. You're okay. Okay. What about the rest, girls?
In my case, I play the volleyball,
Uh-huh.
and the relationship with my her uh, friends
Mm-hmm.
relax me too.
Okay.
And I doing sport and a la vez
Uh-huh. At the same time.
listen time relationship with my friends.
Good. So that's your way of relieving yourself from stress, doing sports and spending time with friends, right?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
right. For other time, I listen to music too.
Okay.
Just
Okay, good. Yes, it's a good way of uh, chilling out, you know? Just lay down and listen to some good music.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I think it's another way to meditate. I don't know,
Uh-huh.
but this worked for me.
Yes.
I love listening to music.
Yes, me too. Me too. I usually, for example, when I'm tired, not when I'm stressed, just sit down in front of the computer and play some music and play video games, and that's it.
Oh yes.
Uh-huh.
It's another way to stress out yourself. Well, at least for me, playing video games.
You get stressed playing video games.
No.
Ah.
I just put the stress out from
Okay.
myself.
Ah, okay. So you relieve from stress.
Relieve. Yes, yes.
Relieve from stress.
Maybe you can do or catch another kind of stress, but it's the good one, I think.
Yeah,
When you
the
cannot
competition.
pass. Yes.
Competition stress.
Maybe you cannot pass a kind of level or
Yeah.
something like that.
What were you going to say something, Sol?
No.
No? Okay, yeah, that's true.
No, she's laughing because last night I was playing Call of Duty Warzone
Okay.
with my friends, and she always calling me when I play.
Yeah, that happens. They tell you to go buy something while you're playing, so and they don't understand you can't. You can't pause the game.
Yes.
There is no pause online, girls. Okay, so yes, sometimes it's not bad, especially for us adults, to try different ways of relieving ourselves from stress. You know, I think I will start trying to meditate a bit because to me it happens the same as Joel. I can't stay in one place not doing something for a long time. For me, it's crazy. It's like a waste of time. But probably that's what stresses me out. Actually, you know, not to stay uh, in one place for a minute. You know, doing nothing. Probably that's what stresses me out too. So now let's move on to number 5. Estela, I think it's your turn.
I guess I'm not sure.
Okay.
Nick thinks that Americans are bad at learning because they aren't interested in traveling abroad.
Uh-huh. Good. So Nick thinks that Americans are bad at learning languages because, and you said C, right?
Yes, but I say that option, but I don't remember the audio.
Okay, never mind. It's okay to guess sometimes. They aren't interested in traveling abroad. What is abroad? Tell me. I think this is especially useful for you. It's especially useful for you because I think somehow it's connected to your job.
It's when you go to another country.
Right. When you travel abroad, you go to another country which isn't yours. Okay? Very good. So you said C. Do you agree, Joel Sol?
I think it's letter A.
A.
Yes, I agree with
Okay. Let's check.
Do you think Americans are bad at language learning?
Americans, I think they're not as good at learning languages as people in Europe.
Why?
Sometimes I think Americans aren't as interested in learning other languages as foreigners are.
Okay. So, it's not C because he doesn't talk about traveling. He doesn't talk about difficulty. And the option is they don't want to learn languages. But he doesn't say this literally. Okay. He says they aren't as interested. Yes. They aren't as interested. And could you notice something different in the way Nick, was it Nick? Yes. Nick speaks to the rest of the people? I mean, what do you think of his accent? Was it different to the rest?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. I think was more British.
Okay, for you it's Nick is more British. Good.
Yes. Don't have any mix of another accent.
Okay.
I mean.
Uh-huh. Girls, what do you think? Where do you think he's from? According to his accent.
For me, he don't is the London.
Uh-huh. He doesn't use the
other city, the United Kingdom.
Okay, right. So he doesn't have a British accent for you, Estela. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is the dichotomy is British accent and American accent. Of course, there are other accents, but these are like the biggest ones. These two. Okay. Yes, actually, he doesn't have a British accent. Okay. He's an American. Yes, if you listen to him, he's an American, and he's being asked why if he thinks Americans are bad, and he said yes, they are. Okay.
Okay.
So, all the others, yes, they are British. They said, for example, instead of saying mom, like that, mom, mama, one of the girls says mum. Okay, mum. And that's very British. So, yes, most of them are British.
I'm very bad to what accent have anyone inclusive included in Argentina. When I travel in other province, I I always confuse that for example, it happened in the west of the country. I don't understand when they speak the way they speak. For me, it's like a foreign person.
Really? When they have a
Yes.
like a different accent to the one we have here?
Yes, yes. My wife always laughing and always send me to ask for some information, and I come back with nothing
With nothing.
because I don't understand.
So, for example, it's impossible for you to understand someone from, I don't know, Córdoba.
Yes, but it's more difficult for example, was in La Rioja, San Juan.
Yes.
Some part of Mendoza.
Like the Cuyo accent.
Yes. I in one day I was talking with a woman, and I confused with a Dominican person.
But she was nothing to do.
Yes,
She was Argentinian.
it was embarrassing.
Okay, good. When when you want to say, for example, incluso cuando tal cosa, yes.
Even.
Right.
Yes.
So, for example, even if they are from Argentina, it's impossible or it's very difficult for me to understand what they say. You know.
Yeah.
These are I dropped some words in the chat. I've never told you this, but it's okay if you want to make like a glossary. You know. I don't know, to in the margin of your notebook, or just I don't know, make a text document and put those words there. Sometimes it's good to have like a glossary and revise it every so often. Okay.
Okay, teacher. Could you tell me the meaning of stutter when you mention when we are speaking about the fluence?
Yes, fluency. Some interruptions in speech. But produced by oneself. Te voy a poner así como una definition.
Okay.
Stutter is to have some interruptions in speech, but produced by oneself. Okay, not someone else interrupting you, but you interrupt yourself because I don't know, you have an issue in speech, you have a problem, you know, for speaking, or you are speaking a different language. Okay, for example, if I had to speak, I don't know, Portuguese, I will stutter because I don't know the language pretty well. Okay, not so much in English. I'm a bit more fluent in English. But if I had to speak Portuguese, I would stutter. Yes, and there are people who are born, you know, with stuttering. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
What do we say in Spanish? Yes. Stuttering. O nacen o también puede ser por un trauma de la niñez o algo así. Terminan con stuttering. Yes. Con tartamudeo básicamente. Good. Now, We have finished this, right? We said it was option A, right?
Right.
So
Yes.
we all agreed on option A. Good. I will stop sharing the screen, and now, yes, before the lesson finishes, let's move on to our book, the green one, the green book. It's English 5 pre-intermediate. We were talking yesterday of how long,
Yes.
So today we will continue to do some speaking, okay? That we started yesterday. Yesterday we did like the grammar part, the structure and how to put the words together. So now we have to do the exercises. Okay. I will share the screen for you just in case. Can you see the book there?
Yes.
So it's this. Okay. How long does it take? This is what we analyzed yesterday. Okay. So we have to answer these questions. Yes. The first one is, how do you get to work in your case? Okay. Or I don't know, if you have children and you take your children to school, you can say that too. Okay. That's the first question. And then we have, how long does it take? Okay. So I will start asking one of you, and then everyone will be asked. Okay, but just to revise the structure a little bit, I will start asking just one. Okay. So Sol, do you want to start?
Okay.
Okay. Sol, tell me, how do you get to work or school in case you go to school?
Okay, I get to work by car.
By car. Very good. Thank you, Sol. So remember, when you want to say what means of transport you use, you say by da 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 da. Okay. So, for example, in my case, I I get to work. Get to work by motorbike. In my case. Okay. Or I get to school by bus. Okay, by Uber. If you, bueno, acá tenemos un solo Uber en residencia. No hay muchas opciones, pero but in other city, for example, you could say by Uber, by taxi. Okay. Good. And how long does it take you, Sol, to get to work?
It takes me like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
You told me you go by bus, right?
By car.
By car. Ah, okay. Yes. So, no wonder. So, it takes me 5 minutes. And you can say also, for example, if it's not exactly that time, you can say about or around and say a time. Okay, if it's not exactly that time. Okay, for example, in my case, it takes me about 10-15 minutes to get to work. Okay, good. Now I will ask Joel.
Okay.
Joel, how do you get to work?
get to work by car.
By car, okay. And how long does it take you?
It take me around 5 minutes.
5 minutes too. Okay, so you live
Yes.
nearby your
Near.
your job.
Yes.
Okay. I will add another word for your glossary, which is commute. I will check the spelling. Yes, it's commute. This is a new word for you, probably. Okay. Commute is like a travel, yes, but not a travel for tourism or for holidays. It's commuting from your house to your job and backwards. Okay, from your job to your house. That's commuting, like the trip you have from one place to another. Yes. So, for example, I think Joel and Sol, you have easy commuting. Okay, easy commuting. So it's easy for you to get from one place to the other because probably you live nearby, you live near your job, or the streets are okay. I mean, you don't have like streets in a bad state. Okay, so you just
and could be because the traffic maybe. You don't have too much traffic.
Yes. You don't have slow traffic in between. Yes. So it's easy for you to get from one place to the other. Okay. No matter whether you're close or far. Okay, you can be far from your job, but still have easy commuting. Yes, because it's a straight path. You only, for example, you only take one bus. Streets are okay. You don't have slow traffic. Okay, but for example, if someone lives in Barranqueras and has to come here to work in Fontana, yes, works in Fontana, so that person will probably have hard commuting. Okay, because they have, especially if they come to work by bus. Yes, if they get to work by bus, they have to take 2 buses. Yes, it'll take them forever, because of the traffic. In the center of the city, the traffic is slow. Also, the streets here in Fontana, and I think in Barranqueras too, are not in a good state. So that all of those things make commuting hard, and of course it will take them longer to get from one place to the other. Okay. So, for example, Joel and Sol, do you have easy commuting or hard commuting?
Yes, easy commuting.
Easy.
Easy commuting. Good. Now, I will ask Estela. Estela, how do you get to work?
I get to work in by car or in moto.
Motorbike, yes, motorbike.
How long does it take?
How long does it take?
Around 10 minutes.
Okay, good. And is it an easy commuting trip to job?
Easy commuting too.
Okay, very good. You live, all of you live nearby your job, so or not?
Yes. Yes. Near.
Good. That's so sweet. That's nice. Okay. Now, we have another question. Yes, nothing to do with the job. It says, how long does it take you to get from your house to the town center? Joel, for example. How long does it take you to get from your house to the town center?
To the town, it takes me around 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Depends of the depends a lot of the traffic
Mm-hmm.
and how traffic lights I catch.
Yes.
in between.
Yes. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not.
Yes, but I try to avoid them.
Okay, good. Don't cross them in red.
No. That's going to another street.
Yes, you take other streets. Good. Uh, so sometimes probably it's hard to commute to the town center.
Yes. The for example, to get in the 25 de Mayo Square, it's difficult. Depends the day because maybe Sundays it's more easy to.
Right. Not so many people on the streets.
Yes.
So
No, that's all.
Okay. I was going to say that something else that is extremely difficult is to find parking some days.
Oh yes, it's a headache.
It's a headache. It's a nightmare.
Yes.
And if you can park, you get the trapitos upon you.
The trapitos, and if you forget to, I don't know, recharge
the Emmy.
The Emmy, yes. I got two. How do you say multa?
Look.
Because of that.
Look here in the meat. How did you say? Parking what?
Parking what?
No. Parking fine. Very good. Parking fine. So you got you got some fines.
Yes. What's a pity.
It's
And after that, just when I saw the fine on the car, I go to the market and charge about 1,000 pesos or 500.
so you don't run out of money again.
Yes, but you don't have to forget.
Yes.
Because it happened.
Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. So yes, you can get fined. Yes, you can get. Sorry, I didn't put my camera on again, but because I was for technical purposes, I just use it. I'm using the computer right now. I will have to buy a camera sooner or later. Good. So you can get fined if you do something that is not supposed to be done. It happens to all of us, So yes, you can get fined. In this case, Joel got a parking fine. It can happen, okay? It's a pity we have to pay to spend our money, that we earned. So working hard, but yeah. Okay, Joel, you told me it takes you about 15 minutes or so. Sol, in your case, how long does it take you to get from your house to the town center?
My case, too. About 15 minutes. I live 2 blocks from Joel's house. So.
Okay. You live nearby too, from each other?
Yes.
Okay, nice. And Estela, how long does it take you to get from your house to the town center?
In my case, it take me 20 minutes
20 minutes.
from the town center.
Okay. It's I mean, even if we live quite far from the town center, it doesn't take us, at least here in Resistencia, it doesn't take us so long to get to the town center. Yes, unless there is an extremely heavy traffic. Yes, it's relatively easy to get to the town center. But for example, if you lived in Corrientes, near Ruta 12, for instance, would it be so easy to get to the town center in Corrientes?
Depending of the traffic.
Uh-huh. Good. How long could it take you? For example, if you not if you rode a car, but if you rode a bus. I don't know if you've been to Corrientes before.
No.
No? Yes.
In my case,
Uh-huh.
I don't remember that I say ruta.
Uh-huh. The actual la ruta nacional provincial, you mean?
In 11 ruta.
Uh-huh. The route 11. Mm-hmm.
Route 11 is the construction.
Uh-huh. Yes.
For me, it's very hard take out of my house.
Oh, yes. Yes. I go to London Bridge from Monday to Thursday. And it's very, very difficult to get to London Bridge because of the how did you say that when they are working on the road? Road road
Roadworks.
roadworks. So there are roadworks on Route 11.
Yes,
Roadworks. Right. Yes, I was talking to you about Corrientes because I used to go there very, very often. And for example, if you live very far from the center, I don't know why. I think it's because of the how the city is designed, but it takes you like an hour or two to get to the town center, especially if you ride a bus. Yes, I think it's the traffic. I don't know, the red light, the lights, the traffic lights, but it takes you forever. And here in Resistencia, it takes you 15, 20 minutes, and we consider that as a lot. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Now, below those questions, are you seeing the book? No.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We have another box, yes, with phrasal verbs. Okay. It says phrasal verbs. Learn these phrasal verbs connected with transport and travel. Okay. The first one is this. Okay. Who wants to read this first example?
Okay, me.
Mm-hmm.
We set off at 7 o'clock in the morning to try to avoid the traffic.
Okay.
Equal live on a journey.
Good. So we have here set off and then live on a journey. Yes. Especially I've seen this set off being used for traveling by plane. Yes, I haven't seen it so much for traveling by car or something like that. They usually say we leave, this word, we leave at a time. Yes, but they use especially set off when they talk about plane travels. Okay, good. The second example.
Teacher, I have a little bit confused with the meaning of set off.
Set off,
It means when you leave or you took the train, or you leave a place to go to another.
Yes, it's when you basically start a trip. Yes, you start a trip. For example,
okay.
You travel to Mendoza today, and you say I set off at 12 a.m. You know, it means just leaving, going to a different place.
Okay.
Yes, it's not. You mean you thought it was like coming down from the train or the bus or something?
Yes, yeah. I just the meaning of that between brackets, parentheses, live on a journey. That was I was confused.
Yes, it can be confusing. To leave is to go, basically, to go on a journey. Yes.
Okay.
To go on a journey. Good. Um, do the same as Joel. Yes, whenever you don't understand something, even though it seems easy, or I don't know, even though if nobody else says, look, I don't understand this, you ask me, okay? I'm here to explain, so don't hesitate to ask when you don't know. Okay, thank you, Joel. Second example. Who wants to read this one?
Okay. I arrive at 8:15. Do you think you could pick me up at the station? Equal collect somebody in a car, etc.
Right. Yes. To pick up someone. Okay. Is to collect somebody in a car. Yes. In a motorbike. Yes. We can also say to give someone a ride. Can you give me a ride? Some people say, but that's a bit more informal. Yes, it's a bit more informal. More informal. Good. So everything clear here? To pick someone up? Is to give someone a ride, to collect somebody in a car. Yes. Good.
Yes.
Third example, Estela.
Okay. I got the wrong bus. Sorry. I got on the wrong bus and ended up on the opposite side of town. Equal find yourself in a place, station that you did not accept.
Right. To end up, we can also say ended up, okay, or to end up. In Spanish, we say fui a parar, for example, or terminé. Okay, that's what we say. The equivalent in Spanish. Yes. To find yourself in a place or situation that you did not expect. Okay.
Teacher,
Mm-hmm.
that expression could you could use, for example, when you go in a party that you don't want to, but you maybe go up, I obligado,
Uh-huh. Obliged or forced.
obliged, or
Obliged
forced.
or forced. Mhm.
Okay. You can use that expression, or just only to say that you are in another place that you
Uh-huh.
didn't expect it.
Uh-huh. Um,
I don't know if I express
yes,
well.
yes, I understood your question. But I think in that case, you would say something different. For example, well, you could say, for example, they insisted so much that I ended up going to the party. Okay? So, I mean, even though you didn't want to go, you ended up going.
Okay, okay.
Yes? Yes, you can say that as long as you put the sentence together in a way that it is possible. Yes, you can. Okay?
And another question. This phrasal is conjugado.
Yes. You have to
Okay.
conjugate
So,
uh-huh,
in a
the
present simple, you could use to end up, no?
that's the infinitive. To end up is the infinitive form.
Infinite. Infinitive.
Uh-huh. Yes, but
Okay.
you have to conjugate the first word, which is the verb. Yes. The other word, the second word, for example, up, like in ended up cannot be conjugated because it's a preposition. It's not a verb.
No, no.
Yes.
Okay.
You conjugate the verb in the tense that is needed, is required. Okay.
But it's very difficult to use that phrasal in infinitive, no? Because
Uh,
maybe you always are going to use because you are uh, saying about I experience or not.
uh-huh. Yes, but for example, if you're using reported speech, okay, or something else, for example, this. Look, I didn't want to end up there. Yes. So
Okay.
you're using the infinitive there because you have want. Okay.
Yes.
So in that case, yes, you can use the infinitive. Good.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We have two more. Whose turn is it now?
Okay, me.
Mm-hmm.
We are running out of petrol. Let's stop at the next petrol station. Equals finish your supply of something.
Uh-huh. Right. So, for example, when Joel got a park fine, his EMI, we can say, ran out of money. Okay. To run out, to finish the content of something, you know. My car ran. No, I will run out of petrol soon. Ok. Fíjense, en el primer caso tengo ran, o sea, en el run, pero en el pasado, past simple. And in the second case, I will run. Ok. En el futuro. O sea, hay que conjugarlo siempre en la manera que corresponda, pero solamente al verbo. ¿Ok? No a la partícula. La partícula es el out en este caso. ¿Sí?
But but I don't understand the meaning.
Ah, okay.
Meaning.
So, for example, finish your supply. To finish what is inside something. Yes, the content of something. For example, look at this example. His Emmy, I mean, your Emmy card ran out of money. So the money you had in your car finished. Okay, disappeared. You spent it all.
So I had to recharge again.
Right. The same with petrol.
Okay.
You know what petrol is?
Yes. The fuel.
Fuel. The fuel for the car. Okay. Americans say gas. Okay. In British English, we say petrol. Okay. So yes, it is to finish something. Que se me terminó. Se me terminó. I ran out of meat. Okay. It could be. I ran out of meat. Me quedé sin carne. ¿Eh? Para cocinar.
Okay. Now I understand.
Good. The last example. And we finish. Sorry, it's taking longer.
Okay. Watch out, look out. You're going to crash. Be careful or pay attention to something dangerous.
Right. Watch out. Okay. Usually it's followed by an exclamation. Yes, exclamation symbol. Watch out, look out. Be careful, we can say. Yes? Be careful.
Okay.
Or yes. Okay? It's to call somebody's attention into something. Okay? Especially when you're driving. Okay? Watch out. Stop using your cell phone. Something like that. Yes? Okay, so is the meaning of this clear?
Yes.
So try to, in case you didn't know any of these, try to, as I told you, make a glossary, put the expressions or words that are new for you there, and every so often, now and then, revise them. Okay? Okay. So that's it for today, guys. Okay. I won't, no lo retengo más. Sorry. Tardamos 10 minutitos. Bueno, que tengan lindo fin de semana. Have a nice weekend. Relax, chill out, and see you next week. Okay?
See you.
Okay.
I will be sending you some homework to do during the week. Okay?
Okay. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. The same to you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye everyone.